So after what was a crazy day of wrestling news involving Mr. Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes leaving AEW, tonight we saw WWE NXT 2.0 throw down with their 2022 edition of Vengeance Day. This was a TV special, unlike last year, where last year's Vengeance Day was on the network at the time, but this year it's a TV special. And honestly, overall, I thought this was a really good show from NXT 2.0 tonight. I had little to no problems with this TV special whatsoever. It was also announced on this show that next week we're going to be getting Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa in a one-on-one match. So you already know I'm going to be talking about that next week, which means I'm going to be doing a whole NXT Vengeance Day. Not Vengeance Day. I'm sorry, NXT 2.0 review next week as well. But tonight, like I said, man, let's get started with this card. We had Pete Dunne. We had Pete Dunne defeating Tony D'Angelo in the weaponized steel cage match. So you had the weapons in the steel cage. And man, this was a really good opener, man. You know, for a second, I thought Tony D'Angelo was going to win. I thought this might be Pete Dunne's last match on the brand as he moves on to the main roster. But seemingly Pete Dunne's going to be staying here for a little while because not only do we see him not only get the win over Tony D'Angelo, and like I said, what was a really good opener, steel cage match to end their feud, but later on we saw Pete Dunne confronting Mr. Carmelo Hayes on, retaining his NXT North American champ, but telling him that he's not going to be North American champion for that much longer. So Pete Dunne versus Carmelo Hayes, man, that's going to be a really good one for the NXT North American Championship. But next we had a tag team match player for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. You had Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, who looked freaking stunning. But then again, all of Toxic Attraction is stunning. JC Jane, Mandy Rose by ringside, defeating Indy Hartwell and Precisa Peralta. And, it's a pretty good tag team match for the women. The women really did get their shots in the night. But in the end, like I predicted, Toxic Attraction retains their women's title. So, like I said, this is a pretty good tag team match player. And, yeah, Toxic Attraction remains champion. So, good on them for that. All right, next, we had the NXT North American Championship. This was my opinion. This right here was match of the night. I mean, this was match of the night. I don't care. This was like legitimately the match of the night. I'm not even lying. Like, this was, like, in my opinion, the match of the night. From start to finish was this matchup just awesome. Carmelo Hayes, Cameron Grimes. There were moments where it actually felt like Carmelo Grimes was going to go to the moon and take the North American Championship with him. It's just, man, this is a great match. And this is one of those examples, man. Carmelo Hayes, I mean, the guy's the future, okay? He is one of the big future stars, and he's easily one of the most must-see guys to watch when it comes to match quality and just all around in the ring on NXT 2.0. So definitely great match and a great win by Carmelo Hayes. But like I said, he should be moving on to Pete Dunne next, which should really be just as good as this one. Next, we had the Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals, where the winners will not only win the Dusty Rhodes, but they will also get a future NXT Tag Team Championship match, probably at that next little big show, Stand and Deliver in April. But we got the Creed brothers defeating MSK, like I also predicted. This is a pretty good tag team match. Creed brothers win, which was the right decision. I know people are probably thinking, well, MSK should have won, but I think it was the right decision, to have, like I said, Mr. Creed Brothers winning. Of course, you already know Malcolm Bivens, who's freaking hilarious and just awesome at what he does. So you already know he was awesome and just happy to see them win by ringside. So, yeah, after that, yeah. All right. We also had a little conversation with LA Knight and Grayson Waller, which LA Knight was supposed to get arrested, but we saw he didn't. So I mean, yeah, he didn't get arrested. So poor Grayson Waller. We also see a little confrontation with Sola Sikoa, who's another guy who I really like on NXT 2.0, confronting Gunther. No, not Walter. Gunther. Yeah. So it seems like those guys are going to start some there. Should be really good, though. Should be pretty good. Um, Anyways, our main event, man, Braun Breaker versus Santos Escobar for the NXT Championship. This was a great match. Braun Breaker retains the championship, rightfully so. You know, as far as Santos Escobar, God knows what he's going to do. But, man, Braun Breaker gets the win here. So this was good for Braun Breaker. So, yeah. Like I said, man, this was overall, I thought this was a really good show for NXT 2.0. Yeah, man, like their TV shows low key have been really good so far. So, yeah, can't wait to see what they do next. Anyways, this has been the Kid DC Wrestling. Tomorrow, Dynamite review. Thursday, I got No Surrender Impact, No Surrender predictions coming out. Friday, we got SmackDown review, even though it's taped. And Saturday, we're going to do Elimination Chamber and we're going to do No Surrender later on in the night. So, a lot of videos coming out to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, man. We're almost there to 6:30. So, we're trying to get to 6:30 and eventually 6:50. So, yeah.